To start off, I'm prepping my skin with my Supergoop SPF 50 sunscreen, this antioxidant oil serum that I love for environmental protection, as well as my favorite lip balm, which is Laneige. Next, I'm going in with my Revolution Pro Brow Pencil. I use the shade Dark Brown, and I just touch up my eyebrows a little bit so that they're not as sparse. I like to bring the beginning of my brow down a little farther, as well as add a few hairs to the back of the brow to make my arch a bit more defined. Then I just add a few hair-like strokes in the front and brush it out with the spoolie side of the brow pencil. These concealers now by Too Faced are going to be the star of the show. I use one of them for hyperpigmentation, another one to highlight, and one to contour. But we're going to start off with the shade that matches my skin, which is Chai, and I'm just going to apply it to areas where I have hyperpigmentation. I am blending this out with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush because it gives a nice natural finish without making the concealer look too thick on my skin. Going in with my highlight shade now, which is Maple, and cleaning up around the perimeter of my brows with my Sephora Collection 207 eyebrow brush. The trick to do your brows nice and clean without making them look like they have a halo around it is to only go up one shade of concealer so that once you trace out your brows, it's just going to look natural. It's not going to really look like you purposely carved your brows out with this super light concealer shade around. Now, when it comes to effortless, lightweight makeup, I have three options. The first one is this Ilia Skin Tint, which actually has SPF 40 in it, Fenty Beauty Skin Tint, which I wear the shade 18, or Amicole Skin Enhancing Tint. Either of these three are my favorite, but today I'm going to go with the Amicole, and this is all you need. And then I'm just going to buff it out with that same brush. So I just put a few swipes. I know you see how good this is about to blend out. Like, look at that. I just put a few stripes going around my face so that it's easier to blend. And then you just dab it in. With the highlight, I'm using that same shade of Born This Way that I use underneath my eyebrows. And I am going to show you my concealer technique. Now, what you're probably used to is people taking their concealer and drawing that deep V shape. I actually just apply some to the corners of the eyes in an upward direction like that. Just in the corners, and then in the inner of the eye, just a little bit. See that, how it starts in the middle? And then I'm going to take it downwards a little bit rather than over this entire area. And I take that downward and I just spread it out a little bit, like a third of your eye length. Like if this is my entire eye, I'm stopping right in a third. And then I'll take a little bit on the chin. All long lines. You don't want to do anything wide because that will spread the face, and our goal here is to look snatched with very little effort. So you don't want to be applying these horizontal lines because that is going to make your face look wider. So I'm actually going straight from the middle of my face and just doing a line right down and just a little bit in the front. Do you see how I'm keeping it slender rather than doing a long wide strokes going all the way across my forehead? I'm keeping it right in the middle. If you want, you can continue down the nose to help with your nose contour a little bit, but I don't usually do that. And then you're just going to clean up the corner here, and I just do a straight line, and this will be the equivalent of like almost a nose contour. See that? And then here, I'm just going to put my face like this, and I'm following that natural line with my wand. All the way from to where your tragus is, like that part of your ear, down to your jaw. And then just a little bit in the corner to emphasize that jawline right here. And that is it for concealer. You're not going to do much else. My contour shade, which is Born This Way in Cocoa, I'm going to put one dot here, one dot here, one dot here. Do you see how you guys can barely see that? But by the time you blend it, you will actually see it. Then on the side of the face, I'm going to go in a downward line right here at the side of my temple, almost to where I started the highlight, to emphasize the jaw, even if you barely notice it. Okay. My Real Techniques face brush, the same one I've been using for almost my entire face, and my e.l.f. contour brush, which is another one of my favorites for defining the face. My contour brush, and I'm doing the hairline, more dabbing motions, and I'm taking it right up into my hair. Another reason it's important to wash your hair every week, because imagine after a week how much makeup is in my hairline. We're going to do our face in that kissy face again, and follow that line that is naturally there from your natural bone structure with whatever's left on the brush. So you're not going to apply more there unless you really have to. You're just going to use what's already on the brush to define that line a little bit more. Expert face brush, and blending out those lines a little bit more so that they don't look as harsh. Sephora Collection Pro Concealer Brush. This is the number 57 brush. Dab this in. Remember, keep your products where you applied them. You don't need to spread it too much. Picking back up my contour brush that I used for my face, and I'm going to define this area right here. Just a little bit. And a little bit here. I don't like to do the side here with contour because it makes it look super, I contoured my nose. I don't like that. Now for bronzer, but I'm going to show you mine. And I just dab this. The point of bronzer is to just marry those lines together. The contour line, the defining the cheekbones, the highlights. You're just marrying those colors together. And what I blended my bronzer with is the Sephora 204 brush. Sephora single eyeshadow in the shade Tree Hugger. And I like this shade because emphasizing my natural eye hyperpigmentation. Just mattifies my eyelids and makes them look less greasy a little bit. That's what I like. With my Sephora 205 brush, and blend it out. I have on the tattoo liner in the shade Trooper. It's the blackest eyeliner you will get. And I just apply a tiny bit. This is just a regular dark brown eyeliner from the beauty supply store, but I like to use it as lip liner because it is darker than your average brown lip liner. A few different blush options. Some of my favorites are Rare Beauty. I have this in so many shades. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. Are the Glossier Cloud Paints. If you are a black girl and you're wondering whether or not the Glossier makeup would look good on your skin tone, you don't have to worry about that. Their shades are, I must admit, are tried and true on all skin tones. My two favorite shades from them, I have these blushes in the shade Eve, which is one of the darkest ones they have, and Haze, which looks like it's too bright for my skin tone, but on it's actually beautiful. You already know that I love this cream blush by LYS, and it is a satin matte finish, and this is the shade Empower. This is a satin matte cream blush. I'm using my e.l.f. putty blush brush. So you just dab. You don't need to worry about putting on a lot. I like to usually smile. And when I smile, you see how there's the apple of my cheek here? I usually like to apply blush from the back half upwards. And that's how I choose where to apply my blush. So right here, and I take it up. And I do the same on the other side. Okay. Expert face brush, going back in with it to make the lines there less harsh and defined. How gorgeous is that? go in with my Anastasia Brow Freeze. This is the best brow gel you will ever buy. I use it every single day, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. And it is almost like edge control, but for your brows. And I use it with one of these little disposable spoolies. I order these by the pack on Amazon, or if you're in your local Sephora, you can snatch a few from them. Not judging. Use this to brush right through those brow hairs, and it will keep them in place. Like, if I want a super natural look, this is the best lip oil you will ever use by Amicole. This lip oil is so buttery. I love the applicator. I have to show it to you. I love the applicator. It is just, it feels like joy to use. And then when you apply it, it's so buttery, so smooth, not greasy, not sticky. One of my favorite nude lip oils to just put on every single day. Ever. Like ever. It's unbeatable. The formula, if this came in tinted shades, like a nice light burgundy or pink, or something that can make my lips look a little bit more rosy than they naturally are, I would own every single color on the launch day. It is the best lip product formula ever. And this is coming from a girl who used to only use matte lipsticks. And when I tried this for the first time a few months ago, I was like, I think I need to give glosses and lip oils more of a chance. And I've been converted ever since. So, and for the price, like, you cannot beat this. I'm going to be giving away a few of these on my Instagram, Fine Beauty Bible, very soon. So I 10 out of 10 recommend you either wait until that giveaway and participate, or get your hands on this ASAP, because it is that girl. Had to do a little spiel about that one. Another option that I like when I'm doing a no makeup look is the Fenty Beauty cream lip glosses. And rather than putting on a full, coat of this, which comes off a little too opaque for my liking, I actually would just dab it onto the lips just to get the color of it without having too much on. But my number one favorite is Glossier. They have their lip tints and they're one of my favorites. This white one is actually more of a matte finish, but if you go on their website, you'll see one that is light pink, and that is the one that I love because it has the texture of something that is smooth and easy to put on, like a tinted lip balm, but it has the color of this matte one. I can't find the other one right now, so for today's sake, I'm going to put on this one. This is in the shade Jam. It's this light burgundy color. It looks super dark in the packaging, but when you put it on, you just need like one swipe. I rub my lips together and I'm done. Last but not least, I'm going to do setting spray. Now, your setting spray has a huge impact on whether or not you look put together or just, threw your makeup on. So, for setting sprays, I have 3 favorites. My ultimate favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Spray. I use this every single day, whether I have on light makeup, full beat face, whether I need my makeup to last all day and night, or if I just need it to last a few hours. This is that girl. You need this. If you don't have this setting spray, you're not really doing your makeup. You're not. If I have more of a natural look going on, or if I just want it to look more skin-like, then I'll go with the Rare Beauty, and this is their Always an Optimist setting spray. You can actually use this as a primer or a setting spray, but I like to put it on if I want my skin to look super dewy. Like, almost look like I stepped out of the shower and didn't dry my face. And then if I want more of a skin-like finish, I love the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Mist. I've bought several bottles of this. I love the continuous spray of the bottle. Like, it's gorgeous. It's a pleasure to use. And when you put it on your skin, it looks super natural. So this is the one that I'm going to go for today because I like to preserve my Charlotte Tilbury. It's a little expensive. A pleasure. And then after that, if you like matte skin, I would definitely recommend you try the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. You've probably heard so much about this. And this is actually a multitasking baked face powder, meaning you can use it to prime the face, you can use it to set the face, you can use it to bake the under eye and your highlighted areas, or my favorite purpose of it is to actually wait until I'm completely done with all of my makeup, and then I just use the back half of my bronzing brush. Again, this is the Sephora 204 brush, and rather than using the side that I use for my bronzer, I use the other side, which is meant for under eye powder, and I will actually use this to dab off excess moisture that my setting spray left behind. So I take this and I put some in the center here, I put some on the forehead, I put some on my highlight areas down here, and I put some here in the center of the face where you are most likely to get greasy and start to look shiny. Do you see that difference between this side and this side? I love it. As far as mascara goes, in an everyday look, I don't wear mascara. I have very, 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 very small lashes. If you can see, they are barely there. So most of the time if I put on eye products besides eyeliner, you're not going to notice them. But when I do, I love either using the Ami Colé Lash Amplifying Mascara. I love how small the bristles are and how well they grab up even the smallest of lashes. And for those very same reasons, I also love the Glossier mascara. I'll put some on today just for the heck of it to show you. Because I have baby lashes, I usually look for ones that have bristles like this, super, super small. Barely anything. Just spent 5 minutes putting on mascara and you don't even notice. And there we have it. This is my little look for just looking polished and put together. It's not as minimal as like a 5-minute makeup routine per se, but I really like the way it looks. So I just wanted to share those products and the techniques and the way I apply the products, which make all of the difference. And even down to the brushes that I use and what the base of the products were and how I finish it off. All of that is important to make it look effortless rather than look like completely beat, like a full beat face that you might not always be going for. So it just looks like your best self. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you for watching.